Similar to the persuasive essay, the informative essay must also be set up in MLA format, just like all other essays in your English courses. You have your MLA header here. Then you have your MLA heading here. Also, the original title is needed. The informative essay begins with an introduction that simply introduces readers to the topic. Remember that you are not persuading readers this time, so you can give them something that will engage them in your topic. Also, remember your thesis also serves to inform the reader. You are not persuading, so you are not taking a stance on the topic. Our topic here is teen driver preparation. In the persuasive essay, you are persuading the audience to raise the driving age. However, in an informative essay, you are simply informing or explaining an idea. You are not taking sides or trying to prove a point. In this essay, our thesis is, there are several circumstances teenagers should prepare for prior to receiving their driver's licenses. Here we have a thesis that sets up an informative topic, simply letting your audience know what things teenagers should prepare for before they get their driver's license. Then we move into our first body paragraph. We have a topic sentence that clearly relates to the thesis. We're focusing on using cell phones responsibly as one of the several circumstances teenagers should prepare for. Then, after you state your clear topic sentence, you move right into developing that topic sentence, giving one idea or perspective about your topic sentence. Here, we write about cell phones being distractions for anyone driving because teenagers want to remain in contact with their friends. Remember that if we make a claim, we must prove it with evidence from a reliable source. This evidence must be cited in MLA format. Our evidence is as follows. We prove our claims by including support from a source that says teenagers do not want to miss a phone call or text from friends, so they will answer their phones even when the circumstances such as driving might be unsafe. That directly proves our claim here. It also relates to our topic sentence and our thesis. Remember that the evidence must be cited in MLA format. That means we have our end quotations, parentheses, author's last name, page number, close parentheses, and the period is on the very outside here. Once we have evidence, we have to make those connections and analyze the evidence. Remember that this is not just restating the evidence you've used. This is explaining how the evidence proves our claim about the topic. So here we go into analyzing the evidence. Answering a phone call or text is a distraction, so teenagers want to set rules about not using cell phones for talking or texting while driving prior in order to make sure safety is the priority. So here we go into an analysis saying how this quote connects to our development and our topic sentence. We want to make sure that teenagers set rules for themselves before they get their licenses in order to make sure they will not simply answer the phone or a text. This is one of the circumstances that teenagers should prepare for. So you see how everything here connects and then connects to the thesis statement. Remember that you want to make sure that you do this twice in a body paragraph. You need to further develop again with our transition. This transition goes into the use of apps. So our first issue with a cell phone was the texting and phone calls. The second issue with the cell phone is the use of apps. Notice how both of these concepts relate directly to the topic sentence and the thesis. Then, again, we will use evidence to support our claims about apps. And here, we will want to make sure that we have our author, page number, close parentheses, and period to ensure we have proper MLA in-text citations. Again, we follow evidence with an analysis and end our paragraph with the conclusion sentence that wraps up the paragraph, not simply restating the topic sentence. Once we have fully developed our first paragraph, we move into our second paragraph. The second paragraph must also relate to the thesis statement, but we want to include a transition. That means including an idea from our previous paragraph and adding in what this new paragraph will be about. Remember that our thesis is about circumstances teenagers should prepare for prior to receiving their driver's license. The first circumstance was using cell phones responsibly. For our second body paragraph, we're going to talk about taking a defensive driving class in order to understand techniques that will help them in dangerous situations. So notice we have our transition along with setting rules for cell phone use. Then we move into our new idea for this body paragraph that also relates to the thesis statement. You want to make sure that your second body paragraph relates to the first and the thesis statement. Everything in the essay must connect in order to create a cohesive, informative essay. Once we have our topic sentence, we do the same thing we did in the first essay. We develop our topic sentence with a claim. We support that claim with cited evidence from a reliable source. And we analyze that evidence to make connections. We do this twice in the body paragraph and end with a conclusion sentence wrapping up the paragraph. Finally, we end the essay with a conclusion paragraph. Using a concluding term such as overall, remember to never say in conclusion, because the reader should know that it's the conclusion of your essay. You will provide a call to action in this final paragraph. Remember not to simply restate the introduction. You want to give your reader something to think about, and you can read through this paragraph and see what a call to action might look like. Remember that an informative essay is not a persuasive essay, so you do not need to include the opposition paragraph. As you write the informative essay, remember that your goal is simply to inform readers about your topic. In these two paragraphs, we have provided a clear, supported, developed essay giving readers an idea of ways to prepare as a teen driver.